David Montgomery is here with Scouting America. We're going to get to that. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Just here for the vibes for the week.
Yeah, what's been you've been here all day. Anything stand out? Like, I mean, you see a bunch of different players. Like, is it good, bad, and different? How do you feel about being around here?
I don't really like being here because I want to play in the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, but I think it's cool.
When you think about the Lions and just their growth over the past couple of years, is there a moment that stands out? And obviously, you need to get to the mountaintop. You're thinking about being in the Super Bowl and not being on Radio Row on Wednesday, and hopefully you aren't next year. But is there a moment that sticks out where you say, I cannot believe, or where it hit you about what you guys have been able to build in the city of Detroit?
I had an experience my first year with Detroit. Towards the end of the year, I was getting gas, and a fan came up to me, and she started crying. And she was saying, basically, like, you guys don't understand, like, how much you've brought, like, life to this city. I think for me, like, just having that remarkable moment kind of, like, was just a moment for me to, like, understand how grateful and how blessed I am to be in a position to impact people's lives that way.
What do you even say to that?
I just hugged her.
Yeah, I mean, but it's real. Like, it's real. Like, it's a team and a city that for decades was just starving for success like that. It's been a remarkable rise. I want to talk about this game this weekend. I want to start with Saquon Barkley. You obviously run as hard as anybody in football. He runs hard. When you watch Saquon play running back, what do you see that maybe I don't? Like, tell me something I don't know about the way Saquon runs.
Just how he sets up his blocks, his defenders. Like, people just see him running and holes are being open, but he has a great line, but he's also creating that also by the angles, how he decides to run the ball.
Is there a play that sticks out for you where you're just like, okay, this is classic Saquon?
There's no play in specific. I mean, I think every play that he's like made a play has been classic Saquon. So
I was looking at your highlights last night, try to talk about it, and you've so many, as our friend Kyle Brandt says, angry runs, running guys over, all that stuff. Is there what's your favorite play of your career? Like, if someone, I always joke, like, if an alien comes down and says, take me to the David Montgomery play, what would you show them on tape?
Probably the 80-yarder from the Chargers.
Yeah.
I think that showed a little bit of everything that people said that I couldn't do, and I think I showed all of it in that one play.
What did they say you couldn't do?
They said I wasn't fast enough. They said I can't make people miss. I made two people kiss on that play.
Weren't you historically good at forced missed tackles in college?
Yeah, but they say, like, powerful-wise, like,
yeah.
strong. They don't think I'm quick, but it's like, okay, I'll show you.
I don't know if you know but I think you have the fourth most forced missed tackles in college football history, and it used to be number one.
Yeah.
This year, Ashton Jeanty broke that.
Yeah, he's.
Can you explain why Ashton is so good?
I mean, I think it's just his will and his resilience to be able to play the game how he plays it. Like, it looks so effortless,
yeah.
But, you know, a lot of it's God-given ability, but you can also tell like his will and the respect that he has for the game. He shows it. He wants to impose his will, and he does just that.
When you're breaking tackles, force missing tackles, whatever you want to call it, what's the mindset? Like, I remember talking to George Kittle about this years ago, and he's obviously great in the open field, and he said that the secret is if you just run right at guys, good things happen. If you're strong enough, you run right at them. And, like, just explain to me the mindset when there's a linebacker in front of you, and kind of you'd love to be able to go around them, but if you can't, run through them. Like, explain that mindset.
I mean, ultimately, it's me versus you, will versus will. In this play, in this position, you're going to show me what you've been through in your life, and I'm going to show you what I've been through.
Dan Campbell, I spent a lot of time with him. I understand why he's a good coach. Like, he's different than what people portray him as in the media. Give me a Dan Campbell story that speaks to why he's able to connect with players.
I don't really got stories. Like, I'm not really good with stories, but I think just like his energy level that he brings to work every day, you can tell he's passionate, he cares about this game, but even more than the game, you can tell he cares about us specifically.
Ben Johnson obviously goes to the Bears. Speak to what he was able to do the last few years, just schematically putting you guys in position to succeed. Like, what are Bears fans getting with Ben Johnson?
He changed, like, what used to be one of the worst offenses into the best offense in the league. So hats off to Ben for that. And the Bears are very, very lucky to have a guy like that being kind of leading the way and leading the charge. But they better be ready for the work that comes behind it.
Tell us what you're doing with Scouting America.
So I am the brand ambassador, and I have a partnership with Scouting America. It's kind of a surreal thing to kind of be a part of because I grew up in scouting my entire life. I'm an Eagle Scout, so I know what it's like. But I'm here to help change the misperception that people have on such a great organization. It's an organization that loves anybody, no matter shape, form, color. None of that matters. It's just a form of people who love each other unconditionally, and we're here to ultimately make the world a better place. So I'm happy to kind of be the face of it and kind of show the world and carry myself in a way to where everyone around the world can see that scouting is not what they thought it was.
I love that. Quick ones, we do this with everybody. First of all, it's called Badasses. Most badass player you've ever played with. Who are you going with?
Who I've ever played with?
Yep. Just the guy, I always like the definition of a football player. Tough, gritty, whatever you want to call it. Just a guy you'd want to.
Tarik Cohen.
Explain why Tarik Cohen's a badass.
Because he's small, but he doesn't play the game small. He's fearless of anybody. He loves the game.
Yeah.
I never seen anybody so passionate about a game more than he is.
We do something called one rep back. You get to take one play of your career, get to redo it. What are you doing?
Probably last year when I was pass protecting. His name is it David Bolton?
I'm sorry, who?
What's the linebacker for the Chiefs? 32.
Nick Bolton?
Nick Bolton.
Yeah.
Nick Bolton. He ran right through me. I wish my technique was a little different, but yeah, that's probably one thing I'd change and do different.
Last thing, we call it rock bottom theater. Worst game you've ever played in? Like a game you wish you could just erase from your mind, where it was just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I do a good job of flushing a bad game.
It's a good process to have. All right, David Montgomery, thanks so much, man.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you.